Hello friends. Now in this video we are doing the study of the direct approach method. This is the method just to solve the finite element analysis. In this method we do a lot of things. Actually this method we are trying to use into the chapter number 2. So that just for the understanding purpose here we are trying to solve the one problem without knowing a lot things about the how to solve the finite element analysis. We are only trying to understand the direct approach method of a finite element analysis. Now let us take a problem for the direct stiffness or the direct approach method. This is also called as the direct stiffness method. Now let us take this is the problem. Now in this problem what is given? This is the problem is given. This is the bar, this is the bar, this is the stepped bar, okay, and this step bar is fixed at both ends. This is the at this end this is fixed, and at this end this is fixed. The cross sectional area at this point is the A is equal to 2 centimeter square, and at a 1 that is equal to 1 centimeter square. While the force is applied at the point here, the force is applied here, and because of this force, this is the force is applied at this point, and the value of this force is given around 3000 Newton. And now they are asking just to find out the stresses or the stresses develop as well as the reaction develop. So what is given? That is, determine the assembled global stiffness matrix, displacement at the node 2 and 3, and the reaction at the node 1 and 4. That one is the calculation. So what is this? This we are interested to calculate. Now this is a very simple problem. Elastic limit, that is the modulus of elasticity, is given 10 to the, into 10 to the power 10 Pascal, while at this point the elastic limit is given as equal to 5 into 10 to the power 5 Pascal. If the distances between these all parameters is 10 centimeter, 10 centimeter, and the 10 centimeter. So whenever such a problem is given, how to solve it? The first of all we need to discretize the problem. Now what is meant by the discretization? In a discretization we are finding the nodes. We are converting this diagram into a nodal diagram. So this is my nodal diagram. This is my nodal diagram. Now let us see that in this nodal diagram, now see, this is my one, this is my one node number 1, this is my node number 1, this is my node number 2, this is my node number 3, this is my node number 4. So now there are the 4 nodes as well as 3 links. This is the link 1, link 2, link 3. So this is my nodal diagram. In this nodal diagram, what we observed, this is my link 1, link 2, link 3, and there are the 4 nodes. At the same time, at the node 1, at the node 2, the force is applied 3 into 10 to the power 3 Newton. So this is the conversion of a given figure into a nodal diagram. This is also called as the discretization of a diagram. Now the second step, that is the finding out the element stiffness matrix. Element stiffness matrix. So or even though we can say that this one is the element connectivity matrix. So this one is the node number and the node end number. So this is the element 1, element 2, and element 3. So what is that nodes? Node 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. So here these numbers are the local numbers, and this one are the global numbers. The difference between local coordinate and the global coordinate system is different. So we will later on just explain what is meant by the local coordinate system and the global coordinate system. So once we have calculating or finding the element connectivity table, then we need to find out the element stiffness matrix. Element stiffness matrix. So this is the element stiffness matrix. Now this is the formula for link 1. For link 1 we are using a formula. This is the already derived formula for the bar. So K1 is equal to A1 E1 upon L1 in bracket matrix of 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. Now you are asking me that, sir, how you are getting this formula? So this one is already derived. So whenever you have seen the bar problem, that time your elemental stiffness matrix formula is this one. Now from this one we are calculating a1 even is given, so a1 is equal to 0.01 meter square into 10 raised to the power 10 to the power 4 divided by 100, that is the L1 is given in terms of the centimeter, so I am converting into the mm, and this is the -1 and -1. So my K1, so this is my element stiffness matrix is 10 -10 -10 and 10. Node 1, node 2, node 1 and node 2. On the same way, I am also calculating a element stiffness matrix for the element 2 as well as the element 3. So what is that? Here again the A2 E2 divided by L2 multiplied by -1 -1, sorry 1 -1 -1 1. This is the node 2 node 3 node 2 node 3. So after calculating I am getting this result. Similarly for the element number 3 I am getting this, I am using the same formula, this node 3 node 4 node 3 node 4, putting the values and I am getting the final value is this one. So this is my equation. Once I am getting the 3 element stiffness matrix, I need to assemble this one, because these are the calculations for this link 1, this link 1, this link 1, this link 2 and this link 3. This we have calculated here. So once we are calculating all these parameters, all these element stiffness matrix for link 1, element stiffness matrix for link 2, link 3, okay, we need to go for the assemble. Now how to do the assemble, that we are trying to learn in the unit number 2. But here I am roughly telling you that this is the direct method of the assemblage. Here we are writing the node 1, node 2, node 3 and node 4. Here the same way I use the node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4. Now here what we are getting, now here you see this is the 3 and 4, so I'm writing here 3 and 4, so this is 3 and 4. So here just to manipulation of the matrix in the right way and getting the proper matrix. Now here you have seen 2 by 2 matrix, here we are getting the 4 by 4 matrix. So once we are getting this assemblage process is over, then we need to apply the boundary conditions. We need to apply the boundary condition, or we could say that first of all, once we are finding the global stiffness matrix, we put this global stiffness matrix into this equation. This is my global stiffness matrix, this is my displacement matrix and this is my force vector matrix. So this is my assemblage this is my assemble element stiffness global stiffness matrix. This is my displacement matrix and this one is my force matrix. This is one is my force matrix. Now once I applying the boundary conditions, what are the boundary condition at D1 and D4 at both the end, as it is fixed, hence the displacement in a D1 and D4 at node 4 is 0, while there is only one force is applied at the F2. So F1, F3 and F4 is equal to 0, while F2 is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 3 Newton is given. It means that these are the boundary conditions applied, these are the boundary conditions given into a problem. Because of this boundary condition, it is the very easiest way or the easier to solve this problem. Now you have seen here that is the D1 and D4 is equal to 0, F1, F2, F3 also 0. But when we need to use the elimination approach method, that time we are applying the boundary conditions. So D1 is equal to 0 and D4 is equal to 0. So this D1 is equal to 0 and D4 is equal to 0 and D4 is equal to 0. Because of this 0, I need to eliminate the first row as well as the fourth row. On the same way, I am cancelling my first column and the fourth column. So what is remain? That is 10 minus 10, sorry 20 minus 10 minus 10, 20. D2, D3, F2 and F3. Again F3 is equal to 0. F3 is equal to 0. While F2 is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 3. So in the next slide we have able to see this after elimination. So 20 minus 10 minus 10 20 multiplied by d2 by d3 and f2 and f3. Here that f3 f2 is equal to 3 into 10 raised to power 3, while f3 is equal to 0. Hence it is very easy to solve this problem. Even though I am directly putting the linear equation, that is the 20 minus 10 into d into this one, so 20d minus 20 d2 minus 10 d2 is equal to 3000. So I am getting very easily what value of d2. Same way, that is d3 minus 10 d3 20 d3 is equal to 0. So I am getting the value of d3. Once I am getting the value of d3, this is my displacement. This is my displacement. So I am very easily finding the value displacement at a d2, displacement at the d3, while d1 and d2, d1 and d4 is 0. d1 and d4 is 0. So in this way, by using a direct stiffness matrix method, we can very easily finding a displacement. Now finding the reactions. So this is the reaction. So 10 minus 10 0 0, and this one are the displacement. Now displacement that is equal to 0. So that is minus. Hence this is the R1. This is again the row, and I put the values of d2 and d3. Okay, and I am getting the reaction at R2. So I am very easily finding the value of a reaction at R1 and the reaction at the R2, so that I can very easily finding the displacement as well as the reaction by using a direct stiffness method. This is the simplest method to solve the problem. Unit number 2 is total on this direct approach method. We can use this one very right way. Thank you for watching.